Got it.
In. Let's bring the palms of the hands. And we'll tune in with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Place the palms at the center of the heart. Take a deep inhale, closing the eyes and focusing the eyes at the third eye. Deep exhale. Really laser focus those eyes at the brow point. Inhale deep. Exhale. And let's inhale to begin with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo.
Really feel yourself vibrate.
Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Deep inhale. Focus deeply at the brow point. Exhale.
Staying in this meditative space, just really watch your breath as we begin to go through the flow of the day and talk about this equinox energy before we go into our warm-ups and prepare for the very powerful Kriya. I invite you to even keep your eyes closed, just to stay within as we are sensing our individual selves as one with the universe. And to use our imagination as we consider our solar system and the movement of the planets within our solar system as the sun, moon, and earth are abiding by the will of the great parent of creation and moving into alignment. Consider how this alignment radiates its energy. This alignment of the moon moving in between the earth and the sun, creating this experience of a solar eclipse, combined with the timing of the moon's phases, being that new moon. Consider this moon and its metaphorical attributes that resonate within our own being, representing that of the unconscious. This supreme energy that runs the mechanisms of our body, this autonomic system that's layered within the unconscious or subconscious aspect of our nervous system. And the sun representing that conscious aspect of our nervous system, where we are aware. And then consider yourself as you sit as a yogi, spine straight, breath long and deep. Consider this merging of your human and higher self that allows you to have the experience of being able to move beyond any negative, disruptive, blocking thoughts, emotions, or experiences that were cataloged or recorded from the past. Now is the time, without going into any of the angles and trines and planets, just to exist within this vessel, this body that has the ability to restore balance. That you also are bathing in a very supreme time of restoring balance and receiving exactly what you need to do the things that fulfill your soul. that you are bathing in that awareness, bathing in that experience as you hear the sound of the breath. We're going to ask you to focus on that throughout our session today, because hearing the sound of the breath, Yogi Bhajan says, activates the prana. It activates it in such a way where it's able to permeate the unconscious spaces within us. Creates an allowing of this union when we hear the breath. When we hear that breath, it is why we have that way of visualizing the mantra with the breath. When we inhale Sat, exhale Nam. So as we flow through the class today, feel that alignment. Open your eyes if they've been closed. Feel that alignment. We're going to flow through a few warm-ups to open up our Shushmana, create this open channel. And then there's a very powerful Kriya that's going to bring this release of the way we accumulate stress, release it in such a way where we can use it as an energy to allow our evolution to take place in a fulfilling way. And then a powerful meditation to bring into harmonic existence as we vibrate the alignment of the earth, the sun, the moon, and infinity. All right? So let us put our hands. Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about stress,
stress
and vitality, and how to really understand from a scientific basis from Kundalini Yoga what is the stress, how we can deal with it by creating enough energy through the practice of Kundalini Yoga to meet the daily challenges of life. Mm-hmm. My teacher would say something very interesting. He would say life without stress or crisis is in a coffin. It doesn't exist. Life is stress. There is going to be crisis. It's unavoidable. Okay, so when we can really sit with that mindset and stop thinking that, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me again? I wish it would stop. I wish I could just be in the flow in my life. Only you can do that for you. And this is scientifically how we can really understand what's going on in this half soul, half human being that we've come to experience. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at 100%, okay? And this 100% is divided into 3 parts. 20% of this is you. It is you. It is under your control. 10% is the other, right? 20% of life is you. 10% is the other, so whatever relationship you're in. And check this out, 70% of life is unknown. Every breath, every event, what's coming down the pipeline is part of that 70%. It's unknown, okay? Of the 20% that is us, apparently we have only developed 5% of that 20%. So that means that what we're dealing with every single day is 85% unknown. So if we are acting, right, from the subconscious, which is where the trauma sits, which is where what my teacher would say, the storehouse of misery. The subconscious leaks into the unconscious, and you're living that, 5%, trying to live the 100% from the unconscious. Mm-hmm. The only way to deal with being able to meet that 85% of unknown in life is to calibrate yourself every single day to have enough energy to meet the stress of life. What causes stress, and the only thing that causes stress, is not having enough energy to meet the demands of the day.
Amen.
So the practice of Kundalini Yoga, breath, strong Kriya, right? For those of us who are long-time practitioners, maybe we've kind of dropped the strong Kriyas and we're just meditating. Not enough. The strong Kriyas are essential to combat the stress and give us the vitality. So either we're dealing with the stress taking over our life and we can't cope, right? The body starts to fail. The mind starts to play all kinds of games and create instability and mega stress. And our relationships suffer. So either we're just trying to meet life, doing the best that we can, kind of hustling and hassling, or either we're calibrating ourselves every day, which means the pranayams, the meditations, the chants, the kriyas, and all of that we do to establish a link and a relationship to the 70% unknown, which is what? Our soul and the infinite that gave us life, that gave us breath. Whatever you relate to the infinite as is totally fine. In Kundalini Yoga, we look at it as generator, organizer, deliverer, destroyer. It's an energy that has both masculine and feminine. It's a very scientific way to relate to the unseen, right? So again, just to wrap it up and give it over back to Akka, 70% of our day and what we experience comes from the unknown. And in order to meet the stress, the demands of life, and we all know this is the most acute period in human history because of the advancements of technology. In order to be able to meet that, we are being asked to calibrate our nervous system, our glandular system, our minds, the way we think, the way we relate to our lives in a new way. And it is what the yogis and a lot of the indigenous people have been doing for thousands of years. It's showing up now for us because we need these tools more than ever. So 70% unknown, 20% is you, but only 5% of that you've developed, and 10% is the other. So let's stop pointing the finger. Let's turn within. Let's release the subconscious mind, come into the conscious, and we're going to do that through a very powerful Kriya today, which I'm really going to hold you through because it is strong.
Yeah.
And then we'll have an experience together and see how we can meet the stresses of life with more vitality.
So we move into our warm-ups, and we want to go ahead and put the hands on the knees, spine nice and straight and tall, and just begin flexing the spine. So feel the movement of the hips rocking back and forth. Tune in. Always remember, tune into the sound of the breath. Use the mantra inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam, if that's what you like. But really focus on the sound of the breath and feel the breath motivating the body to move. This way, we allow the conscious and unconscious to begin to merge, right? To allow that yoga to become a living experience. Right? Feel the tight spaces, particularly focus on the breath moving in and out. Sometimes you can exhale directly out of that space with your imagination, releasing whatever blockage may be there. Now, as you're moving, begin to involve the heart center a little more. Feel a stretching across the sternum, activating that thymus gland, and a stretch across the shoulder blades. Keep the jawline level to the earth and feel the movement is relaxed, but moving with your intention. Beautiful. Few more here. Now inhale deeply, nice and tall. Exhale. Now, begin to rotate the shoulders, inhaling up towards the ear, back and down. Inhale up towards the ears, exhale down as the shoulders come down. Really make this movement dynamic. You're going to be using your arms, so we want to open up this very important area where the arms meet the torso. Right? There's nerve plexuses that are under the arms here, and they're really important. Lymphatics that are really important for distributing energy from the head to the lower part of the body. And rotate in the other direction, whichever way, go in the opposite direction. Really let your arms get involved and just open up that area. Beautiful. Now inhale up and let your shoulders drop on the exhale. Inhale up, hold, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, hold, exhale, relax, shake them out, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, let the arm shake, ooh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, lift them above your head, shake it, 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 shake it out, don't stop just because my wife did, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, look around, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. All right, hands on the knees, hands in Gyan Mudra. Just relax for a breath or two. Feel the opening of the body. And be gentle with the breath if you're pregnant or on your cycle. No root locks or holding, just breathe gently. If there's ever any instruction to hold or inhale deeply, you listen to your body. Feel the merging. Imagine the planets in our solar illuminating light body, the sun. Imagine them lining up within you. Where do you feel them within yourself lining up? That's unique for each consciousness. Okay, so we're going to modify our warm-ups just to make sure we get our Kriya in. So we're going to do a very dynamic movement to warm up the body, move the lymphatics, move the circulatory systems so that we can become aware of that alignment. We're going to do some Bhastrika. So we're going to inhale up. We're going to let the breath out with ha, really bringing the upper arms into the ribs. What we're doing here is we're releasing the past that gets recorded in the rib cage through the respiratory process as we've gone through experiences in our life. We want to release this unconscious storing of information of how we breathe with anger, breathe with fear, breathe with regret, breathe with betrayal, because we have to breathe that way to feel it. So we want to release that out of the rib cage. So as you bring ha, we're going to send out that creative mantra to the feminine aspect of creation, that manifesting aspect of creation. Ha. And so we want to let that sound out. So as we let it out, we want to vibrate our body with this energy of creativity as alignment is taking place, so that we're razor sharp, moving with the Shabbat Guru, right? Slicing away what the ego doesn't need, that distracts us and disturbs us, right? We move that away. We let the ego have the identity with the truth of who we are. We let the ego melt into the identity of the soul. We don't want to eradicate it, okay? So again, the key here, so you don't get too lightheaded, is to have an equal inhale and exhale, right? If you feel yourself getting too lightheaded, slow down, okay? Inhaling up, hard, 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 hard. Feel the belly button move in. Hard on the hard. Hard, 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 hard. Take it easy if you're on your cycle. Hard, hard, or pregnant. Hard, hard, hard. Feel alignment. Hard, hard. Feel the sun and moon. Hard and earth. Hard, 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 line your visions up. Har of success. Har health. Har harmony. Har being whole. Har fulfilled. Har feel your visions. Har feel your success. Har har 30 more seconds. Feel your connection. Har really reach into creation. Pull in that energy. Last few seconds. Really strong. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Squeeze. Make a fist. Squeeze all the muscles. Hold the arms up. Exhale. Blow it out the breath. Let it go. Inhale. Prana of the universe. Alignment with your true self. Hold it. Strong, strong, strong. Blow it out. Last one. Inhale. Now hold. Feel your alignment. Listen to that still space. Blow it out. Shake. Inhale. Shake. Now bring hands into Gyan Mudra. Index finger and thumb touching. Resting the wrist on the knee. And just be still for a moment. Feel the sound of the breath. Feel the alignment of the energy, the big P prana that gives life to the universe, movement to the universe. Feel it within you, giving movement to your body, aligning with the truth of who you are. This voice of the soul. Rest and be still. Allow the voice of peace to emerge. Really speak to you of your gratitude for your life, this opportunity to be.
This moon is very much about really tending to yourself, because what the Cancer moon is doing is, if we've not been taking care of ourselves, if we've been kind of burning out, burning the candle at both ends, it will really display that to us. And that's why we wanted to do this today, to really tune into this energy. Okay, how can I take care of myself to meet the challenges and demands of life? And in order to do that, we have to have enough energy to meet the stress of life. That's why, as yogis, we do what we call a daily sadhana, a daily practice, because you can expand your aura, which is what is going to create the shield to protect you from the negative energy. And then it kind of dwindles in 24 hours. So again, you have to get up in the morning and do your strong kriya in order to have enough energy to meet the demands of the day. Is there anything about the aspects that you want to add?
Well, I do want to add that consider emotions. Consider these feelings that we have that can create commotion when they're out of alignment with the truth of who we are. And you are the one that has the authority to say yes or no. You as the observer that watches the emotions, and you know which emotions throw you off track and which emotions allow you to be aligned. And this is where the alignment of the sun, moon, and earth, this is where you have the greatest opportunity to set a pattern for yourself. So that as we move into other aspects of life throughout the year, we have more consolidation around the truth of who we are. And when you do that, we call it the voice of peace. You're able to hear the voice of your soul. And it creates a sanctuary within you. Just like a hurricane has at the center of it an eye, where it is. Just like the hurricane has a eye within the center of it. Even though the winds are just destroying and turning things inside out, at the outer rims of the hurricane, at its center, there is this place, this almost oasis, where you never would know that you're in the center of a storm. And days like today are, we believe, the universe's way of preparing us for what's to come. So that way we can be consolidated in the journey of our soul rather than distracted by the journey of our human. We can be centered here and be that lighthouse for our own selves and also for those ships that are out there in a storm, that they can find their way to level ground and begin to recognize who they are. And if you're here, we are the ones that have the opportunity to be an example of that. So this solar eclipse today, total solar eclipse, indicates that whatever is in the darkness of our emotions is going to be brought to light by the sun. And we get a chance to be loving to it. We get a chance to be forgiving of it and asking for forgiveness if we need to. These are the practices that are important for today in speaking about that moon and that sun that is right there within you. Your left nostril is the moon and your right nostril is the sun. So let's breathe in that balance and be focused on that as we go through the Kriya, because we might need some kind of focus. My wife's got a plan. Let me get an extra pillow. I'll be ready for that.
So we're going to do a Kriya called Pitra Kriya. And it's to get rid of mental and physical tension. And it helps you to eat up your own stress. It restores your vitality so you can be you. And it will also take care of your glandular system and liver and balance the chakras and the 3 nervous systems. I just came out of a level 2 training, Kundalini training, called Vitality and Stress. Hence, I'm super passionate about this topic. It is so good. Yeah. You know, and it's like the whole intention of, they really had us work on personal things throughout the 6 days. And so really to think about, just for a moment, a personal intention, just one thing that you want to deal with in your own life. So mine was just to share a little personal real quick so you can relate. You know, my thing was that where I experienced the most stress is in the moments in my household when my daughter's flipping out, my little 7-year-old, right? Coming into her teenage years, and I'm looking to manage her energy and my husband's energy together as the nucleus that we are in the household. How can I relate with more patience, with more conscious communication? It's not happening all the time, but it happens enough that it was something for me that I saw in that course that I really wanted to shift. The one thing, how can I respond in the stressful challenges of everyday life? And Yogi Bhajan would say parenting and marriage are the hardest and the highest yogas, right? There is nothing that tops that. So really looking at how can I communicate more effectively, with more patience, compassion, and love when we're meeting that constriction, okay? So just inviting you, as we get ready to do this Kriya, to just close your eyes for a moment. What is one thing for this 28-day cycle that you would like to work on shifting? Just one thing.
And also, as the shadows of emotions get illuminated, what is that one emotional state that you know you need to use the energy of to transform. What is that emotional energy? If my emotional energy is around when my wife and daughter get into their frenzy, if my emotional state goes to anxiety and fear, then, and that causes me to isolate. So this emotional state causes a certain activity or behavior that is counterproductive for your health, well-being, balance, and success. So what is it for you? An emotional state for me is that fear that leads to anxiety. What is it for you that you know when it shows up, you're using it as a stepping stone. You're using it to recognize when you need to transform it, need to change it. What is that emotional state that is illuminating itself today?
Powerful. So Pitra Kriya is, I'm going to read you the comments before we start. It takes 33 minutes. Each movement, it's only 3 movements, takes 11 minutes. He says that this Kriya must be done together and should never be done for less or more than 11 minutes. So if you decide to join me, because I personally have taken it on as my 90-day Kriya, is that a hand up? And Aka too, as of now. So if you're joining me, if you're joining both of us for 90 or 40 days, please do. But what you must know about it, and we'll post it in the follow-up email that we do to you today, what you must know is that you can't do it for less than 11 minutes, and all 3 exercises have to be done. So you have to commit to the 33 minutes, okay? Here's the comments. There are 33 minutes in your life. If you can spare, you can eat up your own stress. One exercise you're going to do is going to take care of your glandular system and will affect the liver. It will relax you. The second exercise will balance the chakras, and the third exercise will balance your nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic, and all that. That's what he says about this Kriya. So let's have an experience. The first movement, we'll go for 11 minutes. Left hand is on the heart. You're bringing the elbow to the rib cage, and you're creating a little cup with the hand, and you're going to just sweep up like you're scooping up water, but the hand has to go behind the ear, all the way back behind the head. Normal breath, okay? And the eyes are fixed at the tip of the nose, eyes 1/10 open. And let us begin. We'll do this one in silence, and then the next 2 will be with music and a mantra, okay? So let's begin to just sweep away the past, deal with our glandular system, deal with our livers, and you'll feel the wind pass your ear as the hand moves towards the shoulder. Your wrist must cross the earlobe. The hand must travel that far back, okay? Eyes on the tip of the nose, please. And let's get into it. Left hand on the heart, right hand up and back. Staying focused at the tip of the nose with the eyes 1/10 open. Very important. As the frontal lobe, you become in control of the frontal lobe, which is what controls your personality. He would say that just 11 minutes a day, looking at the tip of the nose or the brow point, can totally tap you into your intuition. So let's use this time and make it count. Don't move too slow. Don't move at this speed. This is too slow. You gotta move it, okay? Just like a medium speed. The elbow should stay pretty parallel to the body. You don't want to like flick it around or back. You want to just up, down, scoop, scoop. Lovely. Challenge yourself. And let's go the 4 times.
Really feel the mantra vibrating the breath. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Let it carry you. Feed from the energy of the frequency.
Feel the wind by your ear. Bring some love to the liver.
Lymphatic system. I love you. Thank you.
Keep those eyes locked, the brow point. Sorry, the tip of the nose.
Yeah.
Keep going. Move with velocity, move with strength and power. Eyes locked at the tip of the nose. Strengthen that relationship to your intuition. This is science. This is one of the ways that we do that.
Strong, contained movements. Gain the experience of containing yourself when challenged.
And last 3 minutes for this part. Keep up. Don't let your thoughts derail you. Just stay with it. Pay no attention to the thoughts saying stop or oh, my arm hurts. It's going to hurt. But it's just moving calcification out of the shoulders and the arm. Moving that armpit. So good for the lymphatic, as Akka was saying. Keep going.
Allow the discomfort to deepen your awareness of the prana, moving in to the body. Your apana, releasing what you no longer need as you exhale.
Give yourself 33 minutes on this day to deal with your stress, to gain vitality, and be able to meet the challenges of your life with more peace, more trust, more flow. 33 minutes. We've already done the first 11. Give yourself that gift. Stay with us. And inhale deeply. Stretch the hand back as far as you can. Squeeze the root lock. Focus deeply at the tip of the nose. Powerfully exhale. Again, twice more. Inhale. Squeeze Mula Bandha, sex organs, rectum, navel pulls in and lifts up. Bring the energy to the tip of the nose. Consolidate. Powerfully exhale. Last time. And squeeze. Exhale. Shake out the arms. The next mudra is Shuni mudra, which is the Saturn finger, the middle finger. You're going to be here at the rib cage. The hands are slightly open, just a little bit more, and you're going to flick the middle finger as you chant Har from the navel, H-A-R, Har, which is that generating, organizing, delivering energy we're talking about. I'm going to put on a recording to sing along with. A couple of notes on this. We're going to go for 11 minutes. Keep the mouth remains slightly open as you generate the sound very specifically with the tip of the tongue. Har, 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 right? He says you have to touch the upper palate, 34, 35, 36 meridian points that relate to the hypothalamus will regulate the pituitary and take the secretion which you have creating and start asking the energy to open up the chakras. It will start changing the serum in your spine. It will revitalize the gray matter of the brain. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for 11 minutes. So let's get ready for that. I'll put on the music and we'll begin. Eyes at the tip of the nose. Lift that finger, accentuate the mantra, bump the navel. Stay focused, pick up the last 3 minutes.  3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Inhale deep. Squeeze the root lock. Hold the breath, please. But keep moving the fingers. Keep moving the fingers. Let the breath open up your rib cage. And then we're going to cannon fire exhale out the mouth. Exhale. Again, deep inhale. Keep moving the fingers. Expand the rib cage to full capacity. Squeeze the root lock. Keep chanting mentally. Powerfully exhale. Last time, inhale deep. Squeeze the root lock. Keep chanting. Balance your chakras. Powerfully exhale. Shake it out. Shake out the arms. And here we go for the last exercise, which of course is the most challenging. Leave the best for last. Okay, so this one, we're going to move the arms out in front. So you're about here, about 15 inches above the shoulder. So this is shoulder height. This would be about 15 inches below the shoulders. And we're crisscrossing the arms right here. Har, 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 har. Whoa, yes, this is the biggie. This is the biggie. It's gonna burn, it's gonna burn. But you know what? You just keep up. You just go through the burn. It's only 11 minutes. So just move your shoulders around a little bit.
Mantra carry you.
Do not, so here's a few points that are important. Hands are flat and facing down. It's like the Superman pose, right? At the rate of 1 repetition per second, which is what we're doing with the recording. Crossing the hands in front of you, keeping the arms straight. Do not bend the elbows. Alternatively, cross one hand over the other. Okay, eyes again at the tip of the nose. Okay, Let's not overthink this. Let's just do it. 11 minutes. We can do it. We're together. This is a powerful day for that. Are you ready? Let's begin. These are cool, very strong. It will help you. Move from the pull. Sit up straight, use your pull. Deal with your stress. We can do this. Smooth through the calcification of the shoulders. Beautiful. Deep breath. Challenge yourself. You're halfway through. Keep up. Last 3 minutes. Let's go. You can do this. Conquer your stress. Last minute. Inhale deep. Inhale deep. Keep moving the arms, please. Inhale. Keep moving the arms. Hold the breath. Powerfully cannon breath out the mouth. Inhale deep. Keep moving the arms as fast as possible. Powerfully exhale. Last time. Inhale. And move really fast. Fast as you can. Powerfully exhale. Bring the arms down. Hands into the lap. Breathe deep. Just sit.
Feel the alignment. Sun, moon, earth within.
Have a little sip of water. Gently open your eyes. So what there is to understand is that, the word trust and surrender is a big part of our sort of new age language today. But in order to experience the experience of trust and the experience of surrender, it's not intellectual. It can only be understood when you calibrate the body in these kind of ways with the pressure that we create with the Kriya, so that we can physiologically really ourselves can understand that meaning of leaning into the 70% unknown, leaning into the 70, which is really what Yogi Bhajan says is 85%, because of the 20% we only understand and relate to the 5% of ourselves. So in order to do that, we calibrate our physicality, we clear our subconscious mind, we align ourselves with our own infinity, we befriend our soul, and thus we can merge and lean into the 70% and experience way less stress, because we're expecting the best from that 70%. So this is the message really we hope to leave you with today, is in order to deal with your stress, you have to meet it with these kind of strong kriyas, strong meditations, in order to gain the vitality to have the energy to meet the day. And on this new moon, may we go into this next 28-day cycle with a firm commitment. Maybe you take this on for 40 days. Maybe you join us for 90 days, and let us see how we do and how we feel.
And as we balance the unconscious and consciousness, the right and left hemispheres of the brain, the autonomic nervous system, and the nervous system that is under our control. Let's place our hands on our heart as that mudra of balance. We're going to just chant a few Ramadasas. Ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hum. Recognizing the energy of the sun, the energy of the earth and the moon, and that energy of infinity that organizes all of this life experience that we're having, recognizing we are that. Inhale.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so, hum. Ramadasa, sa, se, so, hum.
Feel the alignment and the vibration.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so, hum. Ramadasa, sa, se, so, hum.
Last one.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so,
Now
hum.
send this one to yourself.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so,
This one
hum.
to your family and loved ones.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so,
This one to your community.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so,
This last one out to the world.
Ramadasa, sa, se, so, hum.
Inhale deeply. Hold that breath. Lift the muscles of your pelvic floor and just bathe in the vibration of stillness. Exhale. Remember you are infinite. Remember to live by love. To live in the energy of forgiveness. Asking for it when needed and showering it upon others when needed. Bring the palms of the hands together.
And just before we tune out, we're gonna, after we stop the recording, we're gonna open it up for question and answers. If you any for a few minutes, if anybody has question and answers. And we have lots of event coming up. We're doing about 6 retreats this summer, 5 to be exact. Our first one, which is our first Icona retreat, is in Costa Rica, and it's called The Voice of Peace. And we have a few spots left. Please email us directly if you want to come on this incredible adventure with us. Mm-hmm. It's really focused on using the Shabad Guru and mantra as a tool to revitalize, to deal with the stress, mm-hmm. to connect with the inner child, to heal, as well as to really get in touch with your own voice. And if you've been wanting to make your own version of mantras or explore sacred songwriting, those are some of the things that we'll be sharing, tools and techniques, as well as a deep Kundalini practice every day and plenty of time for adventure and surfing and ocean bathing and jungle trekking. It's really an exquisite experience.
And because of the energy of the land, this way of distinguishing that voice that's the noise of the mind gathered from the past, and where we are now in this deep space of being able to listen to that true voice. We call it our Satnam, the voice of our soul. We've called it the voice of peace, because when we hear that voice, we're able to navigate through. She said, Shabbat Guru, we're able to navigate through with this voice as a vehicle, cutting away what is no longer needed. Right? And that becomes very clear in these practices. But when you bring this practice into an energy field that is for rejuvenation, an energy center of this earth, a vortex of rejuvenating energy, as Costa Rica is, and particularly this area in Osada,
which is a blue zone.
One of the blue zones. That we're taking that energy with us and letting it seep into our bones and our energetic being. And it really elevates the experience, combined with intentionally engaging in mantra. And we'll dive into distinguishing the voice and activating that voice from within so that we can hear the vibration of truth inside us. That way, when we walk out into the world, it's very easy for us to navigate on our path of truth without blaming anybody, without blaming anything, but coming as that solution.
Great. So for those of you watching the video, we're going to stop the recording. Satnam, so glad you were with us.
Satnam.